This is NHL'94 Fight Edition. Fighting has been added back into the game by Chaos, and I'm going to show you how to get that. Go to in the description of the video, we're going to have the links for getting the game, getting the emulator if you want to get the emulator, and also how to play online. But if you don't want to do that, go to NHL'94.com. It might show up here later, but for now, go to Forum, scroll down to ROMs. Too far. ROMs, down the editing and hacking section, ROMs, Genesis, and NHL'94 Fight Edition.
Yes, Mike and Brian, we're back. This part of it, we just wanted to at least show some people that might watch this video later how that they can check it out.
So this is the download, NHL'94 Fight v1.bin. So just download that, putting it in my downloads. If you have your own device on your phone, on your handheld, you would have to figure out how to load it for yourself. But we use RetroArch. So you can go to NHL'94 Getting Started, or you would go to NHL'94 online.com and the link to Getting Started page over here on the bottom right. You just follow these instructions. There's a download link here. You end up with a folder on your computer, so RetroArch, and then find RetroArch exe, run that. There are instructions in here on how to set up the controller. It does work on Windows and Mac, and if you have Linux, you can you're probably able to figure that out for yourself how to do it. You would go to load content, and it's this top one, start directory, Genesis, and so I've already put it there. So if you had it in your downloads, you would have to copy this, take it to your RetroArch folder, find the ROMs folder, and put it in Genesis. So I already have it there.
I think we could post a video link too on how to install this.
Yeah,
go
Len's
through this getting
got a
started.
good one, and that's in the description as well, the video description, the link to Len's video. But yeah, that could go on that page. So I think. Oh, and then if you wanted to do netplay, so the host is up already. Is that the case?
Yep.
Yeah,
join.
Yeah. So you go to netplay. Then this fifth option here, refresh netplay host list, and then all the games that are online show up here. And you would find your buddy, in this case it's Chaos. His password is super secret. It is mom.
Best password. No one can ever figure that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're setting up online play, your password does not have to be anything hard.
Yeah, no, you don't need a password.
Yeah, you don't even really need a password. I usually people just put it on just so that not anybody can just hop into your game. But yeah.
You gotta put Ty Domi in on Winnipeg.
Oh yeah, we'll recreate that splash screen.
Yeah.
All right, who do I get on the bench? It's a fighter. Nobody. Well,
A
Ulanov.
lot of wusses. On
Ulanov.
Winnipeg's D line.
And
That's
well,
it.
I guess I could just leave in house.
They will fight. Yeah, they'll get into. They won't start a fight though. You gotta put Ty Domi in.
All right, so Yomi at center. And
And a bunch of wusses here.
yeah, Chris
Oh,
King.
Chris
He's a
King,
fight.
yeah.
He's a big fighter. That makes sense. Now I got either Kachuk or Romanek. I guess I'll go.
What?
Well, Lesser.
Oh,
The word is that Lesser had fighting in there, and there was like things like pulling jerseys over heads and stuff like that. Was fight out right off the bat. Housley against Probert. Just run away, run away, run away.
There's only so much rink to run away.
You gotta hold him. You have to hold him. If you hold him, you don't. You know. Yeah, just keep holding him.
Oh, the gut punch.
Yeah, Housley gave him a bloody.
He banged his head against the glass. You know, that was a gimme.
Yeah.
I think
The
it was Kid
dasher.
Royce said on the last chat that he was playing with his son, and his son called it cracking the heads open. Cracking his heads open, Dad. Look at that! Oh, right off the bat, Chris King and Glenn.
Yeah, that was quick.
2 fights, 11 seconds into the game. Maybe we could beat the record. Seems
I'm
to
already
me
seeing a
like if
problem
the
here.
fighting is better, it's almost like the other guy really doesn't have a chance if his score is lower. Like you have to, like Smosh says, you know, if you have a better fight, you don't have anywhere to go. You just you just gotta ride it out to the
There's going to be tweaks to this. I could already see the problem. You guys are always going for head punches. So I'm going to tweak it so
How
body
do you
punches
stomach
do more
punch?
damage than head. Huh?
How do
B
you
button.
stomach punch? B?
B button. A button should hold. C button will be a head punch. And then B button
I
should be a
wasn't.
body blow.
I was just using holding.
So I'm going to make B
Oh,
be
here we
more
go.
powerful. Because it's
Yomi.
harder to pull off a body blow. You got to be closer to the guy.
Yomi.
It tends to just go back and forth, right? You get one punch, you get hit by one punch. I'm not sure how to break the pattern.
You got to do a combo. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Can I get a Hadoken?
One thing I noticed,
Shuriken.
Oz, or John, is that when you get a fight and you have more than 3 guys in the box, or you have 3 guys in the box, we'll just say, I noticed that it kind of it's almost like it registers both penalties on the same side of the scoreboard. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, so watch for it next time.
Federal.
Next time we get in a fight, if we can get one here soon, just watch the scoreboard.
Okay.
I think it'll do it again. We can get in a fight. Here, Smiles, let's try and get in a fight. I'm just going to just stomp it down. Get it with your goalie, pass it out. See if we can get a bunch of people to smash each other here. Oh, now the screen's glitching for me. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see what happens after this. So we got Kachuk. We got Primo. Okay, so watch when they go to the box. See on the left side, it says Kachuk. Now, see the second one also goes on the left side. Did you see that? And then the instigator
didn't see
goes on the
that.
right side. Did you notice?
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah, I saw. I couldn't see exactly what was happening, but it showed that there was a change on the left side, even though it was
Yeah.
a Detroit penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't actually show the 5 minutes.
It just flashes.
It just flashes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that the penalties it'll be on the right side, to the correct
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
But you'll notice.
That might just be something with the box being full and
Yeah, I think that's
Getting
probably
right.
what it is.
yeah.
Mikey said he's only a head punch guy.
Only a head punch guy, huh? All right, you know,
Daryl
have
Shannon.
to make
isn't
those
Daryl
body
Shannon?
blows more powerful.
Igor Urlanov and Russ Romanov. We've got 3 fights in.
It's a little hard
I
to
think we're-
score
yeah.
when the other guy doesn't have Rudy.
No, we've got 4 fights so far this period, so we're on pace. We gotta get 5 the next one. Just gonna try to smash
It's
the
gonna be a
guys.
new Twin Galaxies category.
I don't know. But
The penalty minutes 6 for 24. 4
What's
for
the number of
20.
body checks? 40, 51 body checks.
In one
That's from a,
period.
That's from all the checking after during the fight. They just keep
Oh.
adding up.
There you go. Cool.
Oh, you
Shit.
got the first punch in, so you got a bit of an advantage. I think Ulanov. Oh, wow. These guys are both like, what, a 4 fighting?
Shepard shows
Funny,
up on the
right?
right side. And now shows up on the left side.
You can hear all the checking in the background.
Yeah. We're still going at it.
Oh, here we go. Six fights, Moz. Robert and Steen. Oh, this is going to be quick. This is going to be fast. Save for your... Oh, you got the blood. Took out Steen.
So they'll both go on the left, right?
Yeah, they're on the left here. And then, yeah, it's just fighting
Something
on the right.
glitches on the left.
It doesn't show 24 on the left though. I don't
No,
know.
it just,
Yeah.
something just glitched.
I think what's happening is it's
Oh.
moving the top penalty off and putting the bottom penalty on the list. I think it's scrolling the list basically. We'll watch it again this time.
Uh-oh. I lost my advantage there. There we go. Now we're getting a little bit of skill.
All right, so see
Some
you get
dodges
36-27.
Eagles.
Yeah, so that's what it's doing. It's just pushing the list up of players. It's pushing the top one off, and it's putting the bottom one on the list when
You
it
got a
switches
chance
over
here,
to
Smoz. Let's keep going for it.
putting
go for the-
Detroit in the box.
Let's go for the world record of fights in the game.
Can't lose, though.
Yes, you can. Sacrifice it for the greater good.
And this has to be the first net play fight match, right?
Yeah.
Historic.
Yeah, that's right. It's history. We're creating history. Oh, here we go.
There we
Another
go.
fight. Boom.
Oh, you're up against the boards too. It's terrible position.
Can't get away. There we go.
You gotta hold him. Don't let him punch. Hold him.
I knocked him out.
All the way, all the way.
I knocked him all the way to the other side.
And he's out for the game.
And he's gone. See ya. We're doing good here. We're at a really good pace.
You run out of players. I think you can. Throw on the box. I think that's when you get the player 0 thing, where it's like a generic player that comes in.
I want the 12 goalie glitch.
Halifax disconnected.
Well,
Oh,
I
no.
guess, Harold, if we
Oh.
pause it, you can
disconnected.
get back in. I got three
Get
punches
back
in
in there.
there.
I'll take over for you right now.
Yeah. Let
Alright, you're hooked up?
let John join.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I got
I
a
don't know
little,
what
a little bit of an even up because I got a couple punches in.
Oh, I'm tied down. I'm gonna kick your butt.
Computer.
Oh, I shouldn't have given you those punches.
Computer
You can
died.
take these punches.
Oh, they really banged the boards. They're close.
Oh,
Yeah.
And yeah, predictably out for the game. Fedorov versus Ty Domi.
Question from Lonnie. A player declined to fight, or is it auto for both? Is there an accept button both players have to press?
No, it's auto, but that's a good idea. Being able to decline it, that would be a nice option to have at some point. I don't mind that.
How many fights have you got now?
I don't know. I'll have to
Good.
count after.
Oh,
Are you back in?
he's out for the game too.
Just knocking everyone.
Who is left? Injury
Sheesh.
game.
It'd be awesome. We should try and break the
Intra-game.
game one day. And
Injury
play
game.
20
Three
minute
guys
periods.
out for the game. Yeah, see what happens.
Daryl,
See
you
how
want to
many
get back
guys we
in?
can knock out.
Do you want to get back in, Daryl?
No, there's something wrong with my computer. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
It just shut off, and I can't get back in. So I don't know if it's. No, it happened. There we go. At this point, it doesn't matter. I think after this, you can just stop the stream.
Players getting in our way.
I can just press the advantage here. Oh. Oh no.
There's some strategy
You
here.
got like 3 punches extra.
Yeah, that's what's happening. So when like Primo went into the box, his penalty time appeared, and then what happened was when it was time for Winnipeg's player to go in, it made Primo's penalty disappear from the list because I think it orders them, and so Primo isn't on the top of the list anymore.
Oh,
That's
Lonnie
why
is
it
Ellis.
flashes like
Okay,
that.
how you doing, buddy? I didn't know that was you. I wondered maybe.
Oh, Ellis. Hey,
Yeah. You know Ellis.
I know Ellis.
You know him.
Runs the best league ever.
Which league is that?
Hacks.
Oh, God.
There's some sort of requirement for injuring, right? You have to have a 10 or like a 71 or an 85. What?
No, so the injury is the check rating of the player.
Oh, the checking
And,
rating. Okay.
Yeah, so the winner, it goes by the checking rating of the winner, and it will do some randomness. So
What a
it rolls the
save.
dice. So in arcade mode, it's using a 0 to 45 random number, and then it's going to compare to the in-game checking rating of the player. So, which is going to be on a 0 to 30 scale. The 6 checking or 100 in the menu, or 99 in the menu, would be 30. Would be a value of 30. So, so it takes that random number, from 0 to 45 in arcade mode, to 0 to 60 in normal fight mode, and it'll compare that to the check rating of the player, the in-game check value of the player who won, and if the number's lower, if the check value is higher, then it causes a game injury. If it's lower, then it's just just a stun.
How many fights are we at?
Hold on.
Interrupted my shot.
Maybe.
Oh.
BCRT2000. I think that's Abdul. He says, "Hey, all, awesome to finally see this out." He was helping out a little bit with that, I think. Wasn't he? Maybe doing some testing as part of it.
Oh yeah, BCRT helped me. He was a big help with reverse engineering the sprites. He's one of the guys that was a big reason why this can happen.
I just saw number 2 as my center, so it looks like we're getting into the glitching.
Oh
where,
yeah.
A defenseman is
Rico
center.
Agent, let's go Hawks. Good to see you in the chat. And then Mikey McBrien, how hard was it to get the fighting sprites in there from '93?
So yeah, that was probably the biggest challenge, because we had no idea how the frames and the animations and the sprites worked. That was all proprietary EA information, right? So we had to reverse engineer the 92 version first to figure out how the sprites work and the frames and everything. And once we got that down, 93 and 94 were exactly the same. The layouts of the frames and everything, the frame data, but 92 was different. But since we were able to figure out how to do 92, we kind of pieced together how 93 and 94 worked. So once that happened, we give Lesser a lot of credit for 94. But to be honest with you, a lot of the code is just leftover 93 stuff. I could see the things that Lesser added in, and obviously the functionality of one-timer, manual goalie control, and things like that, they're all great, right? Hot and cold, he added in team bonuses and stuff like that. But a lot of the base code is NHL 93, NHLPA 93. So that helped out a lot, because it just made the porting of the 93 code over into 94, the 93 fighting code. Being able to put it into 94 just made it a lot easier. So once we were able to figure out the sprites, it was downhill from there. Everything else just kind of, once the sprites are in, I already had the code in. Sprites were second, and then after that, it was just working out bugs and things like that, and fine tuning things. But yeah, the sprites are from '93. It's amazing when you look at all the sprites. It's just like it's the same sprites, even as '92. A lot of them are the same. It's just they just added more sprites. So there's they added more sprites, more frames. So '94 has 845 frames base. I think NHLPA '93 was in the 600s. I think there were a lot of extra goalie sprites added into '94 compared to '93, and like checking into the board and things like that. Those are new in '94. So there are a lot of new frames added in between '94 and '93. '92 and '93, there weren't that many. I think that the number is a little bit lower, the difference between the two. But a lot of them are the same when you export them out and you look at the data. We have a tool that we can export the frames, and you can compare the sprites from the 3 games. They're like, oh, not much difference. All right, we got to count these.
Get that one last.
Count these fights
Gary
up.
Shannon first star. Okay, we had no ties, so the number of check marks is the number of fights. 1, 2,
Do we have
3,
no ties, really?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 fights apparently.
Yes. There it is. World
1,
record.
2, 3, 4.
Twin Galaxies.
6,
I hope
7,
you're watching.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah.
How many instigators did we get? Can we look?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is about right.
Okay. 5 out of 15 fights.
Mikey says, what's next on the mod fixed list to fine tune or add stuff?
I don't know, but now that we know, I was talking to Len about this earlier, actually. Now that we know how to add sprites and frames and animations into the game, we could actually do a lot with that. And since I expanded the ROM hacks were using 2 megabytes. 2 megabyte. The original ROM is 1 megabyte, right? So everything's pretty much tight in there. And then we had the 30 team and 32 team ROM hacks. They expanded to 2 megabytes to add in the extra graphics for the decompressing so that you could change the team logos and things like that, the way they have that all set up. 32 team ROM took up a lot of that 2 megabyte space, and I wanted to make this patch, the fight patch I made, compatible with custom ROMs, so you can put it into any 30 team or 32, any 32 team ROM. So any of the guys making like NHL, with the modern rosters, 2025, 2026, 2024, any of them, they can apply this patch pretty easily. Fighting will be added. I mean, they will have to play with the attributes to get the, players who fight to fight, but it should go in pretty smoothly. 32 team ROM took up a lot of the 2 megabyte space, so I had to expand the ROM. This ROM is 3 megabyte size. We can go up to 4 megabytes. So we have a lot of extra space now to play with for any other types of modifications. So it's kind of like an open book now. What's going to happen next? I don't know. But one of the things I would like to add is shot blocking. So now that I know how the sprites work, yeah, and the frame animation, we could do fake shots are pretty easy to put in. But like, I think 96 had shot blocking where your guy would get down on the ice and block the shot. Something like that. I would always want to
95 actually has that too, except
95 has too, yeah.
It's
I always wanted to add that in, and now I could.
It's not really
I know how it all works.
Good because it takes forever for the guy to get back up. So most people don't even do it.
Yeah. I'll tweak it a little. Again, there's things that we can add now that weren't possible before, because not only, obviously, the fighting, it kind of opened a lot of things up when I was going through this. I learned a lot.
McMarcus says we should add fighting as a separate stat under game stats. We were talking about that earlier.
I think I mentioned that earlier too. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
right. That would be great.
I'm seeing
That's probably going to be one of the next things to do with this hack.
BCRT 95 PC has some additional animations in the same style. I think we can pull the animation data from the 95 PC exe. I definitely found the animation data on 94 PC. Okay. And Mike McBride, this is awesome. I'm so happy you guys figured it out. I know. How long have you been working on this? When did you?
I started middle of March last year.
Okay.
So almost a year.
2 years.
Yeah, almost a year. Yeah. March.
March of last year. Sorry.
2025. It's 2026.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day into it, and I forgot where it's already a new year.
Actually, McMarcus we were in a chat on the NHL'94 Discord. Join the NHL'94 Discord if you want to keep up to date information about everything in NHL'94. He had added in a fake shot. We figured out I had figured out shooting. He took it. He added in a fake shot, and then all of a sudden, people have mentioned fighting me for a long time since the source code has been released, which was 2024. I think was when the source code was released for 92. And it's always, I never wanted to deal with it. I don't like fighting. I really don't care. This stuff here, it wasn't a priority to me. I wanted to learn the mechanics of the game, and I did that. So I went through what checking does and player assignments and stuff like that. I wanted to look at the fighting logic. I mean the player logic. What causes a player to do this? What when you take a shot, what is shot power? What is shot accuracy? What does it do? What about a one-timer? So that was all the stuff I was interested in. And like I said, we had that one conversation. McMarcus added in the fake shot, and then someone mentioned fighting again, and I was like, all right, man, I'll look at it. And so I started looking at the fight code in 93, and I had to find it. I found it, and then I ported it over to 94. I had to make a bunch of changes to it. And then within a month, I got the fighting code in. I was able to get a fight started. And then the next step was the sprites and the frames and trying to find them, and reverse engineering all that information and moving them over.
Originally, wants to know if you used AI.
I didn't use AI at all. The only thing I did use so I'm not an AI guy. I'd rather stare at things for hours on end, which might be my downfall. But I know a lot more about it. I did use AI. So I adjusted the fight ratings for a few players to increase the players. I did use AI to parse the websites to collect the data for me. So then I can look at who fought the most, and change my fight ratings based on that. It was very frustrating because it kept giving me the wrong information. I did it like 6 or 7 times. I had to keep telling it, no, I'm looking for this. No, I'm looking for this. And finally gave me the information off the websites. But as far as the code and everything like that, and the sprites and the animation, that was all done by me, by hand, pretty much, not AI assisted. I raw dogged it. Yeah. There you go.
And you use a disassembly, and you write assembly code and reassemble it?
Yes. So this is all assembly language level. It's very low level code. I do have a program that disassembles the ROM, and but what it does is it just disassembles it. It gives me a whole bunch of assembly instructions. It doesn't tell me what exactly what is, right? So I had to go through and figure out and poke here and there and figure out what part of the code does what. And what the 92 source code, when it was released, that was a big help because, like I said, it's basically the same engine. 92, 93, 94. 95 was when Lesser redid everything. So a lot of it carried over. And so I was able to use the code that was released, where it said, oh, shot, do shot. That was one of the subroutines. Do shot. What does that mean? Well, player's taking a shot, right? And I was able to look at the instructions, and I'm like, all right. And then I would look through the code that I have disassembled for NHL'94, which not labeled at all. And I was like, all right, you know what? These instructions look exactly the same as the do shot routine in NHL'92. And then I'd go through it more and I'd be like, all right, this is definitely the do shot routine. And sometimes you could piggyback off of that. I could look at the 92 code and be like, oh, do shot routine is called here, here, and there. Where is this routine in 94 called? Here, here, and there. Okay, now I know these functions, what their names are. And then it kind of like cascades like that. So as far as like NHL'94 disassembled and labeled and things like that, I have probably 40% of it understood, where I know what it's doing. But then again, like I said, there's enough differences between 92 and 94 where a lot of it is, much of it is different. So, like the title screen, for instance, is different, right? Between the two, between 92, 93, 94, right? So it's weird because the 92 subroutine for the title is still there. It's just never called. Lesser wrote a whole new one, and a lot of Lesser's code is in a whole different section. So you can see that he added his extra stuff, and then he readjusted where it's called. Where the original title screen was called, he put in the call to his title screen subroutine, things like that. I could see that. I could see how he did all that. It's pretty neat. I could also see a lot of bugs that he left, and bugs that have carried over from year to year, like the weight bug that Smaz had originally found. That's also in 93, and it's in the same spot. So
it is in 93, so it was
it's in 93 too.
Pre-existing. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mike
so that wasn't something, when Lesser was asked about the weight bug, that was already there. He had, it wasn't something he did. Yeah.
Yeah, calls it spaghetti code.
Yeah, no, I mean, he came in, he had 3 months, I think. You don't expect someone to rewrite the whole engine in 3 months. So he's basically
you're not familiar with the 2 years of work that had gone into it.
Exactly. So
question from Vance Cook Cobain. Is 92's source code closer to 94 than NHLPA 93?
Because they build on top of each other.
93 and 94 are very close, I would say. I could see Jim Simmons, he rewrote the jump from 92 to 93 is much bigger than it is from 93 to 94. Because like I said, you could tell he put the work in to rewrite a lot of things in 93 to make the game better. And then 94 is just basically all the lesser stuff added into the 93 code.
And I know we've heard that a lot of lesser stuff got thrown out when they got rid of fighting. A lot of the changes were built on fighting, like a lot of momentum stuff. Did you see any of that, like stuff from I guess you wouldn't see it because it wouldn't be hooked up to anything, because the fighting code you have is the old code.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't know
Yeah.
what effect on the momentum it was supposed to do.
Yeah, so the momentum is the biggest mystery, right? And I don't that's one of those things I haven't quite figured out yet, but from the interviews that Mikey did with Lesser and Michael Brook, right? They had a lot of things about with tension and their whole I think they were asked about awareness, what offensive and defensive awareness do, and they were completely wrong. Offensive and defensive awareness, I figured out it's exactly how it was in 92 and 93. It's nothing. There's no sphere of influence around the player. It's more about reaction time. It's exactly how it's described. Defensive awareness is when the puck flips and all of a sudden you're from offense to defense, how quick that player realizes that it's time to play defense compared to, still trying to play offense, right?
I wonder if
offensive awareness is if there's a loose puck, how quick the player realizes, oh, I need to go get the loose puck, or no, I should go play, maybe play some defense, stay away from the loose puck, something like that. So it's more of like a reaction time thing. It's awareness. That's what it is.
So I wonder if in later games they used the distance, so they were probably confused about what they had done in
Yeah.
95, and said 94 worked the same way.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. And like I said, Lesser comes in later on in development of 94. He's got a few months. He's not going to remember all that. 95 was all his, was his baby. So he's going to remember a lot from 95 compared to 94. And I don't blame him. Jim Simmons is the guy you really want to talk to about.
I got to take off, guys. Sorry.
Okay.
I can leave the Google Meet up, though, if you want.
Yeah,
that work?
sure.
Oh, it's up
All
to
right.
Smells, yeah.
Have a good
Nice
night, fellas.
to-
I'll let the stream will keep going, though. I have to run.
All right, take care.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
I don't know if I saw the Simmons interview stuff.
So I know I have a package of interviews with, I think mine's Brooks, though. I might have
Yeah,
both.
it was Brooke. Yeah, I've seen that stuff. Him and Lesser, but I don't think I've seen any Simmons stuff. I'd like to talk to Jim Simmons. I should reach out to him, or if he would talk, because I think he's said on. I think he's said on record NHLPA 93 is the best, his most favorite game that he ever did. I think he's said that before. So it'd be nice to talk to him about that.
Yeah, and get the information about the original engine.
Yeah.
So I did notice here.
I've looked at the 95 disassembly. I've disassembled 95 because one of the guys was asking me about, can we put fighting in the 95? And it's
totally different.
I'm like, no, it's going to be
think,
more work than originally
95 is actually a lot of C code. I think they had an. I thought I read this somewhere that EA was one of the first cross compiler developers, so that they could write code on one system and get it to work on both. Because a lot of the logic for the hockey game is the same. You would do the graphics separately, but I think they had so they write C code, I guess, and compile it for both games, both systems.
Yeah,
so
that's
it'll
interesting.
definitely be less. It'll be harder to follow the code because it's going to be. I don't know if they have. I don't know if optimization is a thing at that time.
It's probably
weird tricks to make it faster.
It's probably less efficient too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it is less efficient than assembly, but I mean, even the compiler,
Yeah, not quite as smart back then.
Yeah, no, it's funny though because I did look at. I think at Dual BCRT was actually looking at some 95, and he was looking at the add frame subroutine, which is used to assemble the sprites into a frame. And, we figured it out. We reverse engineered that for 92, and then 93 and 94, I said were the same. 95, the layout of the sprite data is just like 92 is. So it's weird he went backwards. So it's like Simmons changed it for 93. They used it again 94, and then maybe that information got lost. And so he went back to the 92 layout.
It also could be trying to get it to be similar between both systems. So maybe there was some particular optimization that they just didn't want to use. I don't know.
Yeah.
So what's the highest?
That, I mean, it's two different production
level you've seen.
too.
Yeah.
Two different developments companies. I mean,
what's the highest peak crowd you've seen? This is 173, which is the highest I've ever seen. Do you still have the emulator open?
No, I just closed it, but yeah, 173. I saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
know
thought it was 128. I always thought 128 was the highest.
I thought it was like 150, but I think I've seen like 140 something. But I know if you just you can manipulate it by after the whistle making saves with the goalie.
Yeah, it saves with the goalie.
The crowd goes wild for that. I think I've seen someone get into the 200s. But this is the highest I've seen in a game that didn't use that manipulation.
So I think a lot of that was related to momentum stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because there's actually two different. There's a crowd excite value, and then there's the crowd value, right? And so the way it works is the crowd gets more excited, you see more frame animations in the
Okay.
in the
Interesting.
audience,
Yeah.
in the stands. You'll see them maybe moving up and down more, maybe more people moving up and down, and that's like a give me of, oh yeah, the crowd's into it, right? So the crowd meter will be high. Then there's also like a separate value, and that value declines like every few frames. I think it drops a couple from that value. And so there's two flags related to the crowd. There's one if you break the if you break the meter, and the other one is if the meter's um, if the meter's still broken. So like you could break the meter and you get a boost, and then if you keep the meter broken, you're still above the arena record, then you get a separate boost. They messed that up, which is a bug. The players always get the boost for the record being broken. So
The
but
whole
there
game
are
or just
there is
the
a
third
separate
period
boost for, I think, agility and speed if it's currently broken. But so everyone gets like a +2 or a 0.4. Each bonus point's like a 0.2 on their 0 to 6 scale. So everyone gets a +2 for like skating and agility, I think, regardless, because they never clear the bit. It's always set from the beginning of the game. So it's like you've always had the record broken, or you've already broken it. And then there's another one for it's still broken, or yeah. So I think those are like the things about momentum, but they're just kind of broken in the code.
But if they didn't have that, the game would feel different. It would feel a little slower, I guess.
Yeah, it would, exactly, because everyone would be 0.4 less on their speed and agility. It's pretty funny.
BCRT says having you talk about NHL code, it's getting the gears turning in his head, makes him want to do some disassembly for the next few hours. He's got to go. All right. See you, BCRT.
Yeah, my next thing, I'm going to go back into doing analysis. I want to analyze. I had all the skating analyzed when and acceleration and things like that when I was doing the assignment stuff, because it was linked. And then I got into this fight stuff and I forgot all that stuff. But I have all my notes and everything, so I just have to read. Alyssa, so the crowd boost is for both teams? Yes, it's funny. The crowd boost is for both teams. They both get the boost. It's like, so there's obviously something they were trying to do that they just never completed. Mikey, if you can get the hour with Simmons, yeah, I would love to listen to that. If you can get that for us, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, so that's a couple nuggets for people.
I think our meeting's Google's about to kick us out.
Sure.
So maybe we'll can end it here. And I'll have to figure out how to edit this. All right, so
all right,
yeah, that's good. This is pretty amazing. I remember years ago people saying, "Can we do it?" And I remember saying, "Only if we ever got the source code." So we got the source code. We didn't get the exact source code. We got the 92 source code.
Yeah.
So I think, it's pretty amazing that you're able to do that.
It took a lot of staring at a 68K assembly. I can tell you that stuff at the back of my head now.
Yeah. Hooking up all the different bits, it's crazy.
Yeah, and there's still a lot I don't know. There's a lot of like flags, a lot of game status flags. A lot of them are related to the shootout, but again, I can't or breakaway. I can't pinpoint them. There's a lot of stuff that still needs to be figured out.
Do you have a what's that program that you disassemble into and you can?
Oh, IDA Pro.
Yeah, IDA Pro. Do you have one of those assembly that all labeled?
Okay. Yep, I have it on my GitHub. NHL'94 disassembly. What's my GitHub name? Chaos81. Yeah, I have a disassembly Git, and I've occasionally I'll update my IDB, which is the database for the ID8 Pro, and then
Okay.
there's also a list file that I will print out and save it, and then that's basically you can open that up in any text editor, and that has all my comments in it.
So I've got them on the screen. NH'94 disassembly patches. Your fixed Genesis Plus.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of stuff on there. Yeah, disassembly. So if you go in there, yeah, if you have, IDA Pro is a very expensive program, but there are sometimes you can get it in
Methods.
different ways. Not promoting that, but yeah, then I have, yeah, so I have all of them. I have 93, 92, and 94. Not much was done in 95, but I have a lot of 92 done and 93. Not as much, but the 94 one I have a decent amount.
Is it the IDB that is the?
Yeah, IDB is and then the list file. If you open up the list file, you can download that.
Okay, the list is the.
You could open that in any text
assembly.
editor. Yeah, you could essentially at some point you can use that and compile it and get the game. But I haven't really messed around with that.
So yeah, this is the assembly code that you've been staring at. You can see this is a string. Glenn Wesley.
I'll show it. It's a huge file. You might have to download.
Yeah, it took a while to load.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So.
Oh, it's mostly just showing data. I don't see any code in here.
That's all.
You're in the
data part. You're in the data part, though. Yeah. So keep going. Yeah.
Look for collision with goalie net. Check goal. Yeah, this is. You have to really get into.
Yeah. So there you go.
Focus to know what's going on.
Yeah. So see every comment there. It's me going through line by line, trying to figure out what's going on. And then I've moved some of the comments over from the 92 source code that were there, that were made by Simmons, and I've added them in too, in places that I didn't update the code.
So this is set injury type. So this is something you must have looked at pretty closely. So every line is commented.
Which one? Hold on. The stream is a little bit below. Oh, set injury type. Yeah. So I figured out what causes injuries, right? That's on the forums. It's related to the fight bit, actually. So certain players will, if they get hit by a certain group of, if you have a fight, the player hitting is like fight above 3 or something. And they hit a specific group of players with specific injury, specific fight bits, they'll get injured for the game, always. So like Dennis Savard always gets injured for the game. And then some players will only get injured for just a period. It's based on their fight attribute. So even though they didn't use, 94 didn't use the fight code originally, they did use the fight attribute for something, for injuries.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you see all the stuff I've commented.
And labeled some variable locations.
Yeah, it doesn't show the RAM variables that I have labeled, which is interesting. It only showing the lists. I don't know how to get that, but I've labeled a lot of the RAM stuff. And you'll see like home goals, away goals, yeah, but you don't have the location of those in the RAM. I mean, a lot of the stuff we already know. We could get from the save states, but a lot of it is just, moving the team structure. So it'll be like home goals, which is like the first entry in the team structure and things like that.
So let's see, we got 6 minutes left. I guess we'll end it here.
Yep.
All right. Thanks. This is
Yep.
amazing. We gotta get a league going soon with fighting.
Yeah, I think someone's going to run a league with the modern ROM soon with fighting. I think Indio is. So we'll see how that goes. That would be nice to see because it'll give me an idea what needs to be tweaked and things with a lot of people playing with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess I'll play with the non-arcade mode mostly.
Yeah, not arcade mode for leagues for sure.
Okay, so yeah, I'll end
Yeah,
the stream here.
all right. Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
thanks. Yep. Bye.
All right, bye.